Our guest today is the member of the European Parliament, Salvatore De Meo. Welcome. Thank you for the invitation. Our pleasure. There are a couple of issues you are very much interested in, and I would like to dwell on them. Let's start with the Nutry Score, because in the EU you are working on Nutry Score. Yes, Nutry Score is that system of front of package labeling, which so far has been adopted by France, and maybe other countries are following suit, and the goal is to give consumers an indication on how to make choices, and the traffic light colors are used, so red products are not good for health, and green products or green light products are to be chosen because they are good for health. But in this framework, Italy is running the risk of being penalized, because the system would give a red light to olive oil or Parmesan cheese, because it considers just 100 grams of products for sugars, salts, and fats. Whereas we believe that you need a more detailed labeling going beyond the system. So Italian and other European countries are proposing the Nutri-Inform battery, giving an idea of the nutritional value of that of a specific product in the context of the daily consumption. In this way, some Italian excellence foods would be safeguarded, especially considering that the Mediterranean diet is considered as the best diet all over the world. And so we are working with other European Parliament members to make them understand that Nutry Score is not an objective system, and it runs the risk of giving a label of bad to foods which is not acceptable. So the Mediterranean diet is at risk? Yes, it might be, absolutely, yes. This is why we are fighting hard to make people and colleagues understand that the Mediterranean diet is not just an Italian diet, it's a world heritage actually, and those who come to Europe, especially in Southern Europe, are fascinated and attracted by our own tastes and our own traditions. The Mediterranean diet is good for your health, and also characterizes part of the world. And I think that nutritional differences and food differences must be preserved, because Europe is a diverse continent, and this makes it unique, and we have to avoid the standardization of tastes. But who has these ideas? Who are those who say, let's adopt Nutry Score? I believe that behind this there is the industry, because for them it is easier to have an industrial ranking, which means not considering context, not considering the human histories or traditions that are to be found behind each product, whereas we believe that these histories and traditions must be safeguarded. The system has therefore to be revised. We want to give consumers that label that would help them make sustainable choices, and we believe that Mediterranean diet products are in line with this. Thank you for your very transparent question, but also you come from an area where agriculture is so important, so you know very well what we are talking about. Common Agricultural Policy, or CAP, this is a new challenge for agriculture, which is questioning itself, as it were. CAP is still the first European EU policy, and we have strengthened the integration process thanks to CAP. It actually takes up 1/3 of the European budget, and we have a written agreement with the Council and the Commission, and the new CAP has been defined until 2027, which means for Italy 50 billion euros, which together with Next Generation Fund resources means resources that can promote green transition and digital transition in the farming sector. These are important goals for the whole of the EU strategy, but of course in the CAP this is even more the case. Our farmers are already main players in the fight against climate change, and we have to remember that the issue of climate is sometimes connected to farming, generally speaking, but only 10% of emissions are generated by farming, and 90% is generated or is to be associated with other activities. Agriculture is nowadays being monitored, as it were, but farmers are the first ones to take care of the environment because they live with and in the environment. In Italy, for example, efforts were made to reduce chemicals, to have increase the areas devoted to organic farming, and also in terms of mechanization. Here in this very trade fair we can see examples where farmers can use technologies like artificial intelligence and many others, many more innovations. And CAP means that with the help of Europe we can tackle this goal of making farming even more resilient. And during lockdown, the only sector, the only industry that did not stop is farming, and this may not stop for a single day. It is strategic, and it can become even more strategic, and in this way we would make more young people and women come closer to agriculture. And if you just visit EIMA and other trade fairs, you realize that today farmers are farmers with a capital F, really, because they have a specific skills, they are experts and they know their potentials. Now, I know you've got many other appointments, but just 30 sectors. EIMA, is it helpful for you that negotiate in Europe? Is it helpful for politicians, for authorities? Yes, we are at present working on the modification of the machine directives that will become a regulation, and EIMA has given us elements to improve the text, because the machine world must be considered as an added value. Of course, we cannot penalize manufacturers of agricultural machineries. They have so many obligations, and I think that they should be helped in investing technology, innovation, training, because only with them and all the other industries can we achieve important goals. EIMA is an important showcase, and I've appreciated very much this visit here. Seeing so many people that are physically present is a message of hope. So congratulations to Federer Nakoma, who wanted to confirm once again the important role it plays at an international level. Thank you for being with us.